Yeah, it may be raining right now in Kugane, and given what we had to go through the last time we met with Miss Lena Murala, we are having a lot of reasons to be feeling down the dumps because we have a family here that's trying to get the conclusion to their story, but a lot of bad things have been happening to them over the course of the time that we've known them. Hopefully tonight, when it's all said and done, they'll have the closure they need and be able to move on with their lives. So, with that in mind, greetings people of the world. Matthew back with you here at Novo Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood Live, as we're here in Kugane with our Warrior of Light Corinne, as she's toughing it out here in the driving rain, but we're gonna have to be doing a lot more than toughing it out in the rain, of course, because tonight is the final 24-man challenge in Stormblood. Following Rabanastre and Ritorana, we have one more place to go, so it's time for us to go and begin the process of taking that visit. So, let's go ahead and speak with Lena Murala for the level 70 challenge entitled The Path of Most Resistance. The worried look on Lena Murala suggests she bears grave tidings. Or not? Greetings and salutations, Corinne. I suppose you're wondering whether or not the good Genomus has finally determined where in the world our next adventure is to take us. Doesn't look like you have an answer. The good news he has. The bad news, however... Now, while it is not my nature to be a sensationalist, sensationalism is in my job description, so please bear with me when I tell you not all is right aboard the airship Lexantale. Something about Alma has me deeply worried. I would not trust this information in the hands of my publisher, let alone some sullen gate guard. Shall we continue our conversation on the Prima Vista away from inquisitive ears? I guess we can do that. Yeah, hey there, Minigumo. Please let us aboard. Or more rather, let us into the gates so that we can get aboard. In the meantime, hello there, Miguel, 10-Minute Wayne, Nate, Isabel, long time no see for you, and to everyone else that's just logged on. So, as we return to the Prima Vista, we see the Lexantale family and the two Mughals, Montblanc and Hurdy, in conversation. The question is then, where exactly did Ramza and his fellowship journey next? Don't worry, I'll get to you in a moment there, Emily. Ah, Corinne, to what do we owe this unexpected visit? I had not planned on summoning you for another several turns of the sun. Well, it's been 3 months. Actually, it hasn't been 3, it's more like 6. Yeah, we want to know what the status is on Alma. She's been out like a light for almost half a year. I apologize if we caused you any worry. I suppose one cannot allow a reporter in their midst, and not expect her to report what she sees. Though I did expect a tad more discretion from Miss Murala. Alma has of late been experiencing difficulties with her health. Convergence have been called upon her to discern what exactly it is that ails her, but as far as they can tell, there is nothing physically wrong with my sister. The consensus is the rigors of an extended stay in a foreign land have taken their toll on her fragile heart. So where does that put us? Well, as we turn around and look... Yeah, speaking of Alma... Corinne, when did you... But yeah, as soon as she sees Corinne, no sooner does that happen than she collapses. Yeah, Alma... I'm fine, brother. It is obvious you are not. You must return to your chambers and rest. Yeah, come on, let me help you up.
Forgive me.
Perhaps we shall speak again once I regain my strength. Until then, please, look after my father. Yeah, I can do that for you. Yeah. So, look of sadness over the brow. Now then, where were we? Ah yes, the matter of our next expedition. Yeah, shall we get an explanation on what you have in mind? As we discovered during our most recent foray into the Estesons, the Damascan capital Rabanasta appears to lie upon the ruins of what can only be the royal city of Lysalia, ancient capital of the lost kingdom of Ivalice. Shortly after, we stumbled across remnants of the legendary clockwork city of Goog, cleverly repurposed into a lighthouse overlooking the Readerana cataract, remnants which now sit suspended above the fathomless chasm. Lysalia, Goog, what have they in common, you ask? I shall tell you. They both appear in my ancestors' account of the rise of Ivalice, the Dry Papers. And with each new discovery, this forbidden chronicle is now proving Ivalician legend to be more fact than fairy tale. There is no denying the proof, and it is but a matter of time before scholars and historians from across the realm come to the same conclusions. But as you are all aware, my aim has never been to simply prove the existence of Ivalice. No, I should not rest until I have revealed the truth of young Ramza's role in King Delita's ascension, and cleared my ancestor Oren Durai of the false accusations made against him by the church. Yeah. Then what are we waiting for, or should we not see the Alma first? Well, Ramza's taking care of her, so... yeah, what are we waiting for? I have a possible destination in mind. Arriving there safely, however, is another matter. To that end, I have enlisted the aid of our company's newest members. And who might those be? Yeah, it's obviously not Ramza. Despite my pleas to do otherwise, who knows what trouble those two will see us into. Yeah. They're actually referring to our Mughal friends here. Though, I must admit, both Mont Blanc and his brother have proven more useful than I would have ever dared to imagine. When it comes to usefulness, I'm first in the field. Or was it the furriest in the field? Would you like to feel my fur, Kupo? Yeah, maybe another time. And you wonder why Ramza despises you so, brother? They do all the work and all you do is chest, Kupo! Oh, but you are mistaken, Hurdy. I bear neither you nor your brother any ill will. If any further ill will, that is. If anything, I owe you my thanks for your recent contributions. Hey there, Elizabeth and Mira. Welcome to stream. Glad to have you with us. What's on your mind there, Lena? His thanks? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? What happened to the venom-spitting adder we all used to know and hate? I guess this experience has changed him? Almost seems suddenly pleased with the change, but forgive me for not buying into this all-too-convenient transformation. Yeah, not even Corinne is convinced. And what about our Aura scholar from Charlie and Mikoto? Simply showing the world that Ivalice actually existed will not validate the claims chronicled in the Dry Papers. That is correct, Father. The key lies with Ramza Bayulv. If we can find evidence of his hidden role in history, it will prove Owen's testimony true and safeguard our family's name from ridicule. Which is why I turned the focus of my research to delete his forgotten companion and his actions during the War of the Lions. It was only then that I discovered something most intriguing. An underlying struggle with an unknown force. A force with the power to bring about calamitous ruin. You know, what would that be? Oracite! The twisted abominations we encountered in both Lysalia and Goog, the Lukovi. They are born of these unholy crystals. While nobles of the north and south squabbled over Ivalice's crown, Ramses silently sought to rid the world of a darker evil. Evil manifest from the deepest desires of men and women whose minds had fallen prey to the Orsight. And with each confrontation did Ramses' fellowship grow smaller. Countless companions lost to a cause that would go unwritten, yet was far more important than any clash of armies. And so did they endure, until reaching their final destination, the Orban Monastery.
Oh, I know this one. The Orban Monastery is where Princess Ophelia was raised. There's a scene about it in the Zodiac Brave Story. After the leader emerged victorious in his final campaign, he married the princess to legitimize his claim to the throne of Ivalice.
Ah, I see someone has been paying attention.
But I don't understand. Why would Ramses' crusade against Lukavi be taken back there?
According to the Dry Papers, the sinister being who engendered the Orsight was said to have slumbered beneath the monastery. Yeah, that gets some shock.
But who or what would have the means to create something so powerful?
Yeah, maybe Genomus knows? Ultima, the High Seraph. Yeah, there was such a being in Final Fantasy XII as well.
A seraph? What's a seraph?
Seraphs are believed by some to be servants of the gods, divine beings whose only purpose is to carry out the will of their immortal masters. As to whether or not Ultima can claim this title, however, I cannot say. Just as there were those who chose to worship Ultima in her otherworldly might, there were equally as many who feared the visitor and her deadly magics, oft referred to her as the Angel of Blood for the carnage left in her wake. Yeah, maybe we can shed some light as well?
Interesting. What of the spell Quinn claims to experience in the Praetorium, coincidentally also called Ultima, was in fact an elegant interpretation of the very magics introduced to Heidelin by the High Seraph? But that would mean... What would that mean? I have spoken with several colleagues back in Charlian regarding their opinions on the ancient incantation, and while they have yet little to show for their research, they all agree on one thing. The manner in which Ultima ethereally manifests should not be possible, at least on Heidelin. So it would naturally make sense if we discovered that the elegance learned the spell from a being not of this dimensional plane. As to exactly how they convinced the being to impart that knowledge onto them... Not of this plane? What manner of creature are we talking about here?
Hey Lou, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. And congrats on getting Tales of Vesperia. Yeah, and hey there Sid, good to see you making your cameo in this journey. Likely one similar to Omega. How long have you been listening from the shadows, my friend? Long enough. Yeah, long enough. I'm here to deliver the item Mikoto requested.
Sid, there was no need for you to deliver it personally. A Moogle would have sufficed.
A Moogle? And trust that he won't tear open the package and show it to some random adventurer? No, this was far too important.
If you two do not mind, the principal was about to tell us how to find the Orban Monastery.
Would that I could. Uh-oh. Why can't you?
You don't know? Then what have we been doing here?
At ease, Lady Mirula. The Dry Papers speak of a cataract situated on the river Zashel, several leagues southeast of Rabanasta. There supposedly lies the monastery. Zashel is not a name you'll find on any modern Damascan map. Rivers, however, especially ones as large as the Zashel is established to be, are rare in a nation more than half claimed by the Sand. The river we seek can only be that which bisects Golmore on the Nangshan border. And for that invaluable information, we owe our thanks to our brothers Mughal. Their travels had made them veritable authorities on Damascan geography.
Wait, but earlier you claimed you didn't know the monastery's whereabouts. I'm confused.
Its location is not what concerns me, but perhaps the Mughals themselves should explain.
Why, certainly! That verdant valley of vines and vipers to where we must voyage next is home to the Vieira, and therein lies our little problem. The one thing the Vieira do not suffer is trespassers, not even lovable Mughals, Kupo! Our glamours keep us hidden long enough to see the jungle was teeming with ruins much like those we've discovered in Lasalia and Goog. But the Vieira trackers eventually found us and took us before their elders. We barely escaped with our palms, Kupo! So that is why we are still talking instead of bound for the border.
There are Vieira who spurned the strict code of their tribes, abandoning their people and come to live in the cities of Damascus. Finding and recruiting one to our cause might provide us with insight into how to reach the Arbonne Monastery ruins. Unfortunately, the nation's current turmoil has not made it easy to accomplish this task. We still require more time. Yeah. Whatever you need to do. Hey Sid. Before boarding the shuttle here, I was stopped by a banger on the docks. He asked me if I knew a Corinne Loren, and bet I'd deliver her a message. I told him he was welcome to accompany me to the Prima Vista so that he might deliver that message himself, but the man refused. Alright. Meanwhile, Mikoto, I saw this device crafted to your exact specifications, but cannot guarantee that it will function as intended, seeing as I never had a subject to test it on. Yeah, it looks like a tusk / fountain pen.
Of course, Master Sid. If any trouble is met, then it is most likely my design that is to blame.
Your confidence in my craftsmanship is flattering, but you sell yourself too short, my dear. Here's to your success. Good day. So yeah, with Sid having played his cameo, he makes his way back out. Hey Jishuka, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Yeah, let's go over and speak with Mikoto. Also, there is a quest we can take from the company bell, but we'll leave it until after we complete the current one. Since we have to come back here anyway. And it will require me to change characters temporarily.
I sense that you are interested in the package she delivered. I have every intention to apprise you of its contents, but first I believe we should speak of Alma's condition.
Yeah, what about it?
Do you not find her illness all too timely? Genomis and Ramanasa would like to believe that her bouts of vertigo are not but a result of my fatigue, but the answer is clear. It is the oversight that plagues her.
Uh-oh.
Alma recently confided to me that she would hear her father speaking with the Ortius, well before even his first foray into Rabanasta. However, I do not think this is entirely true. Which is not to imply that Alma is trying to deceive us. Rather, I think she saw something that led her to believe that her father was conversing with the Orsites. Moreover, I suspect that it was the Orsite itself that granted her this vision. You recall my hypothesis on distinct frequency NRR-type harmonic vibrations and the tendency to promote ethereal amplification? Or when I mentioned that despite being in the principal's possession for an extended period, the Ortius exhibited none of the imprinting present in the Duma? No?
Well, it has been 6 months.
The Ortius has never resonated with Genomis. It has always been his wife's pendant and its Orsite shard, the Virgo, that fueled his passion for Ivalice. No, the Ortius is bound to Arma's deepest desires, whatever those may be. The only reasons I can fathom that Arma has not fallen victim to the Orside's grasp is that her desires are not as strong as those we have witnessed in Argath or Bagamnon. That and the ethereal interference caused by the other nearby shards. I explained all this to Arma and recommended that she destroy the necklace, yet not only did she refuse, but she begged me to keep this revelation from her father.
And why would that be?
And so I did the only thing I could. I devised the means with which I might impede, or at least lessen, the effects of the Ortius. This device, was still incomplete, would amplify the NRR wavelengths emitted by the Virgo. This should work to interfere with those emitted by the Ortius, thereby shielding Arma from the brunt of their effects.
Oh, hey there, Mont Blanc.
The city below is all abuzz with word of a bank and brigand loitering about the airship landing. Do you think it could be someone we know, Kupo?
Yeah, I guess that banger really wants to talk to us. So yeah, we gotta make our way back off the ship here. Oh, you want to come and join me, Isabel? Have you already played this dungeon? Because I actually did play it this morning with Mathia, which is why I did not upload the most recent 14 video. So anyway, let's speak with Bwagi, one of the last surviving members of the Banga.
Apologies, Corinne, but I needed to speak with you and you alone. Oh, don't mind me, Kupo. I'll just be floating over here in perfect earshot. Why, yo? What makes you think I won't lay you low right here, right now? Because we're here to offer you a proposition, that's what. We need information on the Golmore jungle and thought a man as well-traveled as you might be persuaded to provide some. Golmore! You of all creatures should know that as Viera land! What are you offering then? Why, the opportunity to tell us what you know. Genomus believes our next adventure lies beneath the jungle canopy. Kupo! I should have expected as much. Very well, Corinne. I came to ask if you would meet someone. Now, it seems that someone may be able to assist Genomus as well. Seeing as you and the principal did right by us before, I do not see a reason why I cannot take both of you.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and speak with Bwagi to see what he's talking about.
Let me know when you're ready to depart for Rabanastar. We will travel in our ship. The Prima Vista will draw too much unwanted attention.
Then you come with a vessel of your own? Then we shall go ahead and take it. Yeah, not much left of Bagamnon's clan. So we're taking the airship and heading off. Back to Rabanastar. Thankfully, combat will not be required. So, sometime later...
Back to a life of brigandry in the clouds, are we? Of course not. Not that it didn't cross our minds, but when faced with the decision of what to do next, we simply needed to remember the dying words of our leader. Gijok, Renok, and I decided to re-enlist as Damascan Fusiliers.
And how did you do that?
And the occupying Guardians actually said yes, Kupo? Not exactly. We're now with the Resistance.
Yeah, how'd you pull that off? You no doubt heard of the uprising in Damascus that followed the Domin liberation, and how it was crushed under the iron heel of the 4th Legion. Yeah, we did. Yeah, all too well. The resistance leaders were captured, tortured, and publicly executed. Yet, much to the Empire's chagrin, the gruesome display only served to further rally the survivors. Remove 1 head, and 2 grow back in its place. Remove 2, and then there are 4. A person cannot die, but an ideal will live on. Now, there exist several factions throughout Damascus. We belong to one known as Lente's Tears. And when we told our commanding officer of our recent crossing with you and yours, she simply insisted that we introduce you. Like, really? Me? But I wasn't even supposed to be here, Kupo! You tagged along. Not you, hairball! Ha! Meet with the general and hear her proposal, Corinne. If you are not interested, we shall return you to Kugani unharmed. You have a... Have what? Could get your tongue? Rabanastas dead ahead, lads. Well, good to know we made it back successfully. I wasn't even aware there was cussing going on in chat. Well, there's one thing we know for sure, the Minecraft trolls will not come anywhere within 100 miles of this stream. Yeah, we certainly had our fair share of them last week. So back in Rabanastre. Yeah, the place is still smoking. This way, we've many realms to cover before nightfall. It's that far, huh? Yeah. How far are we talking about? Yeah, eventually we go back to the Garum Scythe waterway. This, of course, served as the point between here and Rabanastre and Lysalia. Aitanes asked, I bring you the Liberator. As we meet the person of interest. Does she look familiar to you? How well do you know your Final Fantasy? And here I thought she'd be taller. Guess who? I knew it! Viera! Not just any Viera. I am Fran, proud daughter of Damascus and general of Lente's Tears. Yeah, she's broken off from Balthier and now runs the resistance that runs down here in the Garum Scythe waterway. And yes, Moogle, I am a Viera. Are you surprised? Why, yes, in fact I am. Her kind are all supposed to be living amongst the trees, having shunned contact with the outer world, Kupo. There are supposedly a few who have left their homes, but I most certainly did not expect to see one here in this sewer. Hey Zero, welcome to the stream, glad to have you with us. Oh, they're having conversation? Indeed. This Banga claims you seek Orbon. Does he speak true? He does indeed. Those ruins lie deep within the Golmo jungle, a place most sacred to my sisters. They would take great offense were you to defile it with your presence. What is more, Bwagi tells me you travel with Galleons, openly aiding those who would see our nation burn. How can we place our trust in one who would do such? Genomus has fairly defected long ago, or they are not your enemy, or my blade has tasted the blood of too many guardians to count. Let's stick with option 1. Because, yeah, we don't want to freak her out too much.
A Guardian is a Guardian. Their pathetic attempt at absolution only proves their past guilt.
Yeah, she had to deal with Arcadians, now she has to deal with Guardians.
You misunderstand. Kind Genomus does not approve of the Emperor's warmongering. He wants to help Damaska and its impoverished masses. Kupo! And what would a Mughal know about my people? Does your blood run Dalmascan red? We could cut you open and find out.
Do you really want to go that far?
General, there is no need for threats. You are right, Bwagi. Then let us parley. Parley? Parley. First, the resistance requires men. Men and women from the Eosian and Eastern alliances to join us in ridding Dalmasca of its imperial invaders. Your past deeds have made you well known to the leaders of both. They will listen to you, or if not, they will listen to these scions to which you claim allegiance. Second, the resistance requires gold. Gold to strengthen our forces from within. Your allies are in bed with the East Alderna Trading Company, which continues its dealings with Galamod even as you raise your sword against them, profiting from the Empire's rampant aggression. As targets of that aggression, I believe my people are entitled to a portion of those profits. Grant me these simple things, and I shall personally guide you safely to the ruins of Orban.
Talk about a tall order.
And what of the Luxentales? See me to victory and I'll take the Emperor himself. Those are my conditions. What say you?
I'll deliver your request to the Scions, but can promise no more, or promise me first my companions will see no harm. Well... yeah, not exactly good choices, huh?
Tell them my demands, but know the fate of your expedition hangs on how well you do so.
Yeah, very well.
I'd say we have our work cut out for us, Kupo! Bwagi, you and the Fusiliers are to accompany the Liberator. I expect a detailed report on how my demands are received. Yes, General.
Yeah, plus to see Fran aligned with Banga, that's also something that 12 did not really do at all. They were mortal enemies.
Not that I expect them to be taken seriously. You are a fool to trust them, Princess.
And so, they go back. Yeah, lots of Fran love going around. Well, now that nighttime is fallen, let's go ahead and speak with Mont Blanc to complete this first quest.
What an adventure, Kupo! Just think, by tomorrow, we can all be the newest members of the Dalmascan Resistance. Not that I'm ready to give up my place on the Prima Vista just yet.
And so with that, we'll take our 1,262 gil for completing quest number 1. Stand strong and do not fight.